ANC in KwaZulu-Natal is getting up for its provincial elective conference this coming weekend after a series of postponements earlier. It's back-to-back meetings between the party's steering committee and the KwaZulu-Natal Provincial Executive Committee. Let's get you more details now and the latest with our senior reporter Spamandla Goke, who's joining us now on the ground in Durban. Ngome, good afternoon. What's the latest you can tell us? How are things going there?
Back-to-back meetings of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal. Bongamkize, my colleague, will try and pardon us for this shot. I've just spotted PEC members of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal making their way to one of the meetings here. As I see the Provincial Secretary Mtumzeni Ntuli running away from us. He doesn't want to talk to us, but these are PEC members. They include Kolisi Kaunda here, as well as Nontembeko Boys, Ruth Payne. I'm very well. Ruth Pengu is also one of those PEC members that are attending this meeting. It's a back-to-back meetings of the ANC. Earlier on, there was the meeting of the steering committee. I think the gentleman that is approaching us is Peggy Mtolo, tipped to contest for the position of the provincial secretary. Super Zuma, former Nobala, is also here. I see Samora here, who is the regional secretary of the Moses Mabhida region. Those are some of the people who are attending this PEC meeting. There is a number of them that are here to attend the PEC meeting. Earlier on, there was the meeting of the steering committee, and then followed by, indeed, the PEC member Hlengiwe Mavimbela is also here. She's from the region known as the Far North, which has been renamed Noghamba Nyawo region. She is, of course, the Sports, Arts and Culture MEC in KwaZulu-Natal, but she's here in her capacity as the PEC member of the ANC in the province. So after the steering committee meeting, the meeting of the officials, now it's the meeting of the Provincial Executive Committee. They are seized with one matter, and that is to finalize the preparations for the upcoming conference. They met yesterday. They had to adjourn the meeting because there were some outstanding issues that they did not finish. Tlagani Pontombela speaks on behalf of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal. I think this is the NEC member, Dr. Masondo, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, indeed, NEC member Dr. Masondo arriving here. Baba Kunjan, are you well? It's good to see all NEC members. How many of you will be descending to KwaZulu-Natal?
I'm not so sure about the number, but the SG can give you an answer. Okay. Or Masho, he can give you the number.
Thank you very much for your time, Baba. Well, basically, let's talk to Ntlagani Pontombela, who speaks for the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal. What is happening today? Yesterday, you were meant to conclude your PEC meeting. You didn't. What is outstanding?
Well, we have to finalize the credential report. As you are aware that the verification report is done by Luthuli House. The last PGMs were on Sunday, so usually they conclude those reports latest Tuesday. When we met yesterday, there were reports that not yet concluded. So today we must finally finalize everything. This is the last PEC meeting before the conference commences in the next 2 days from now onwards.
The verification report, has it been signed?
Well, it has been signed. It's coming for here. They will be presenting the credential reports. We are not presenting a verification report here because the verification report is about the branches who would have set over the weekend. But in the PEC, you must present the consolidated reports of the credentials, meaning branches in all 11 regions. That out of 644 you had in the previous week, how many were added this week? And based on that, you must then work out the formula for the credentials, for the branches. One teething matter we must still finalize today is the matter of the ANC Women's League. As you might be aware that the communication from the national task team of the Women's League disbanded the provincial structure of the ANC Women's League. So we must get that clarity, which will be determining the status of the Women's League and the impact thereof on your credentials.
Are you done with your disputes? Nothing outstanding? Are you not worried that some people may try to interdict the upcoming provincial conference?
There are no disputes outstanding on our part. The last I recall, there are two, which were with the National Dispute Resolution Committee. We should be getting the report thereof today. In all probabilities, if the National Resolution Committee nullifies that branch will forfeit its participation in the conference. So that is the only issue which might happen based on the outcome of the NTRC, because there will be no possibility of them reconvening any PGM in between now and Friday.
Some of the members of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal and leaders are facing criminal charges. There were reports that some were anticipating to contest during this upcoming provincial conference. How is that going to play out? Because the NEC resolution is clear that those who are criminally charged are not allowed to stand for election, be it at a branch level, regional level, provincial and national level.
The last NEC amended the step-aside guidelines, and it was specific that if you are facing criminal matters, we are not eligible to contest for any position post that NEC. So we are not expecting any member who is facing criminal charges to avail him or herself in this conference. You would have done that in the previous conferences, be it of the regions and otherwise.
But as the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, you are facing prospects of electoral decline. In fact, it's a reality. You are losing support in KwaZulu-Natal. Some of the municipalities are gone. It's a divided ANC. The previous PEC that you are part of, what did you do to change the fortunes of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal? Because as we speak, you are just hanging by a thread. You are likely to lose power in 2024. It has not been a smooth sailing for this PEC, which was tasked with renewing, uniting the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal.
It's the leakers we are not proud of. That during our term we declined, not only during the general elections and the local elections. Hence the call of renewal, the call of rebuilding the organization, hence the call of many members raising so many names. Partly it says to that, to say to us, somewhere, somehow, there are things we did not do right. So hopefully the conference will do that proper introspection. Why did we decline in 2019? Why did we decline in 2021? But more what we need to do as we prepare for 2024. That is what we're expecting to be the outcomes of the provincial conference. Not only an electing conference, it is a conference which must deliberate on those issues and give direction for the organization.
Logistically, is everything done? Pre-registration of candidates and delegates, are you done with that? When is the conference going to be officially opened?
We are finalizing the pre-registration of the delegates across all 11 regions today. Tomorrow we are registering all the provincial structures, your PEC, your Women's League, your Youth League, your alliance structures. Then on Friday in the morning at 10 o'clock, we are starting with the conference if everything goes accordingly. The only thing which might be a delay is that the majority of the delegates will be arriving on Friday morning. So they might not arrive in time. That can only be the hindrance which might delay us. But beyond that, there is no other issue which we foresee as a challenge.
No festival of chairs and no too many hours deliberating on the credentials.
We have taken a decision amongst ourselves within the steering committee and the PEC itself that KZN must be a model. What happened in Gauteng, what happened in Eastern Cape, what happened in any previous provincial conference of the ANC, it should not happen in this conference of KwaZulu-Natal.
That is Tlhagani Pontombela, who speaks on behalf of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, basically saying this is the last PEC meeting of the ANC in the province ahead of the eagerly awaiting provincial conference of the biggest province of the ANC in the country, that is KwaZulu-Natal.
Thank you very much. As Pamandla Koke, on the ground in Durban, following those preparations and those meetings that the ANC in the province of KZN is having ahead of its weekend provincial elective conference.